Welcome to the Roundup with your host, Bonnie DePipola, and our special guest,
Bryce Fincher.
Awesome. Bryce, are you ready for an awesome and interesting news story?
No, but let's go anyway.
Let's go anyways? Cool. I kind of like that attitude. I guess halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer. Yeah. Well, this article is actually about how the tiger population in Nepal has actually doubled since 2009. What's your opinion on that, just from the headline?
Generally, that's good, but as an ecology major and someone who's very cynical, I don't know exactly how to take this without looking at like how they did the survey and how like the reasons why the tiger population has doubled. Because I just read another paper recently about invertebrate populations around the world have decreased like 60-fold since like the 70s.
Oh, so this is like one of those drop in a big pot or pan of water or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, that's positive, so that's a good way. I mean,
this is generally positive.
So what I didn't tell you is that this wasn't a doubling from like 10,000 to 20,000. This is a doubling from 121 to around 235. So not really fully double.
Yeah, not
because
fully
that'd be
double,
more than 242.
Not fully double, but at least those tigers are getting some. So I guess that's good for the tigers.
As Teddy Roosevelt said, if you believe you can, you're already halfway there.
And Bon Jovi.
Yes.
I assume.
Living on a prayer, yeah. But I mean, hey, at least Nepal is considering this as a major accomplishment. It's certainly on their agenda. Considering all the bad things that are going on in the world, at least it seems that this is at least a step forward with some type of environmental perspective that they have over there.
Yeah, well, they should find the Yeti next.
The Yeti?
Yeah, like...
What is a Yeti?
Okay, what is a Yeti? You want, like, the actual answer? Or
yes,
like
yes.
So
the one that takes only a minute to explain, or less.
Okay, so the Yeti is both, like, a mythological creature that's basically Bigfoot, but he's Asian.
Yeah.
And, but they've actually, like, taken Yeti scalps or whatever from, like, Nepal, like, temples in Nepal and, like, the Himalayas. And they actually, like, did DNA tests on them as they're just, like, bears.
Bears?
Yeah, they're just bears.
That seems very anticlimactic.
Yeah, it is.
That's really disappointing.
It
But I
is.
mean, hey, at least this statistic is not very disappointing. I mean, it's kind of misleading.
The thing that's weird about like the Yeti bears is that like the DNA tests like do show they're like brown bears, but they have like polar bear like signatures in them apparently. So they're like weird bears.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but back to tigers.
Back to tigers. Well, is there a National Yeti Conservation Committee?
Not for Yetis, but I'm pretty sure if Bigfoot is found out to be an actual animal, it would be protected. Like
really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like
Bigfoot protection.
I was gonna say Nepal actually has a National Tiger Conservation Committee where like the nation's prime minister is on it, and like certainly again that's like signifies that it's pretty important for them, and like. If I'm not mistaken, they actually had a goal to double the number by 2022, so they really, hit this goal 4 years early.
Yeah, they did it, and
they still have time to triple it, I guess, from like 100 to 121 to like 363, if that math is correct. Please don't correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah.
We're not math majors. We don't add, and we don't
statistics is
multiply
important.
by 2. They're kind of important, but that's a generally good news from Nepal's tiger population as compared to like the Siberian tiger population, which is just like falling off a cliff.
Oh, what happened? Like what was the preview? I mean, not numbers, but like what was the trend used to be? Because I don't know any of this, and I'm sure the audience, I'm sure they're not really looking into Siberian tiger populations. I don't know if that's something that really comes up in any of our classes.
No, it doesn't. But I just know
like Romeo and Juliet with a tad bit of like Siberian.
Yeah, it's like Siberian tigers are like critically endangered. Like the entire like subspecies probably has less individuals than like all the ones in Nepal. It's like in double digits, and you've also had like different tiger species go extinct recently. Like the one that jumps to the front of my mind is the Caspian tiger, which used to live in like Iran.
That sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, it's a really like great name for an animal, the Caspian tiger.
Yeah.
But they're all dead.
Oh, I thought you made it sound like in the present tense, like they're still alive.
No, they're all dead.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Well, I mean, at least that the tiger population in Nepal is going up. I mean, that's some pretty good news for the nation overall, and just the environment in general.
Yeah, because you need big predators like that, like the
to keep the population down and just making sure
Yeah.
everything is in balance. I mean, also I like
Like-
the fact that it's like the institutions within the nation.
have actually decided we should protect tigers,
Or
and,
not even, or just
promote
even
tigers.
acknowledging this. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
just like the
And-
prime minister is like, yes, this is only 100 like more tigers in a sense, but it's
Yeah.
like it's such a big deal for them. At least the fact it's like the prime minister is coming out and
Yeah.
saying this, it's like pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like, it's at the forefront.
Yeah, it's like we actually did that with the bald eagle population.
Oh, what's the story behind that?
It's like in the 50s, the bald eagle population crashed, due to a variety of factors. Like
We used to hunt them and stuff, or like,
we used to hunt them, and is it DDT? Yeah, DDT would
Yeah.
weaken their eggshells.
And DDT is just this chemical that was used as pesticides, right?
yeah, used as pesticides, and then we figured out
And
that
it's
it just
ban- and it's
just,
now it's banned.
Yeah, it's banned.
Okay.
And they figured out that it made bird shells basically
Weak.
extremely weak. So
Oh.
basically, an
So there's-
entire generation of
Just wiped out.
was wiped out.
Damn.
And we actually decided that hey, let's not make our national animal go extinct.
So
And
they're
brought them back, and now you
through a
can
law
actually-
or like
through laws. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I think you're still not allowed to actually kill a bald eagle, or even get a feather from a bald eagle.
Really,
Yeah.
a feather.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. So there's some libertarian circles that are mad about it because they want to be able to shoot a bald eagle and make eagle nuggets or whatever.
Okay, that's interesting. Those are pretty those are pretty interesting.
I would eat an eagle
tidbits.
nugget if it was just occurred to me. Bonade is mad at me for bringing up eagle nuggets and libertarianism when I've already brought up Yetis, so I'm trying to see how far I can go with this.
Probably not that far. All right. Well, that looks like all the time we have for today. Thank you, Bryce, for coming along and talking to us about tigers, eagle nuggets, libertarianism, Yetis, and the Siberian tiger population. This was a pretty interesting episode.
I didn't even get to the more leopard.
All right. Well, maybe for another episode. Well, you guys, thank you again for listening in. If you're interested in these types of news stories and future episodes, make sure to follow, subscribe, whatever social media platforms we're on. Thank you all. Goodbye.
See ya.